Autumn sees us busy tidying up and clearing away the spent crops of summer. And yet there are some vegetables that can still be started off, even this late in the season. It may be cooler than it was, but there's life in the old growing season yet. So join me as we look at a few hardy heroes to sow and plant right now. First up, it's hardy varieties of lettuce for growing over winter. There's still time to sow them, but you'll need to be quick. Sow before the end of early autumn, under cover if you garden in a cooler, temperate climate. Sow into plug trays, then plant as young seedlings about 9 inches or 22 centimetres apart in both directions. Or sow direct into rows, a foot or 30 centimetres apart, then thin the seedlings to leave 6 inches, that's 15 centimetres, between them. Watch out for slugs and weed between plants so as much air and light can reach them as possible. Pick the outside leaves little and often, leaving those towards the centre to grow on for the next picking. Arugula or rocket is another hardy leaf that's grown in much the same way. In fact, its spicy tones make the perfect partner to milder lettuce leaves. Sown in summer, it often runs to seed before you've had a chance to pick it, but sow it in autumn and it's an altogether better behaved salad. Sow a small pinch of seeds per plug, up to 5 is fine, then plant out as a cluster of seedlings, again leaving 9 inches or 22 centimetres between each cluster. Once the leaves are big enough to use, you can begin harvesting, carefully picking off individual leaves between finger and thumb. Continue cropping till they finally flower next spring. Radishes are a reliable choice for early autumn sowing. Squeeze in a final sowing of classic summer radishes or sow one of the deliciously eccentric varieties of winter or Asian radish, including daikon or mooli radish, watermelon radish or chunky Spanish black radish. Sow in rows wherever space allows, then thin to leave about 1 inch or 2 centimetres between summer types and 6 inches or 15 centimetres between winter types. Alternatively, sow radishes into containers so they can simply be picked up and brought under cover when colder weather arrives. Now's the time to get sowing for the earliest crop of scallions or spring onions next spring. Choose a winter hardy variety to sow thinly into rows 6 inches or 15 centimetres apart. Sown thinly enough, the seedlings shouldn't require thinning, though this is easily done once they've germinated to leave about ½ an inch or 1 centimetre between seedlings. Don't waste the thinnings, enjoy them in salads. Some hardy varieties of bulb onion, including Japanese onions, may also be sown now to overwinter and give extra large bulbs early next summer. Then, later on in autumn, it's the turn of onion sets. Sets are part-grown onions and, because of their size, offer a wider variety of planting dates. This head start will give you the very earliest crop of onions next summer. Another allium to plant in a few weeks towards the end of autumn is garlic. Break open the bulbs into individual cloves, then plant them into prepared soil raked to a fine, crumbly texture. Plant in rows spaced about 6 to 8 inches or 15 to 20 centimetres apart and leave 4 inches or 10 centimetres between cloves. If your winters are very cold, you may be better off waiting until spring to plant your garlic. Or plant individual cloves into pots or plug trays and start them off under cover, ready to plant out once the weather has warmed up a little in spring. Finally, a shout out to the hardiest bean of them all, fava or broad beans. Sow these chunky beans towards the end of autumn, though again, if winters are particularly cold where you are, hold off until spring. Sow the beans into 2 inch or 5 centimetre deep trenches. Space them about 6 inches, that's 15 centimetres apart, before covering back over. Additional trenches should be spaced 32 inches or 80 centimetres apart. The sturdy seedlings should push through within a few weeks, remaining squat like this until the weather warms up in spring. Taller plants will then need supporting with 1 or 2 rows of string in order to keep them upright. You can expect to pick your first delicious, wholesome beans before the end of spring.
So there are a few ideas to scratch that gardening itch. What will you be sowing this autumn? You can let us know in the comments section below. Don't forget, we put out a new video every couple of weeks. What will be in the next one? Why not subscribe and be one of the first to find out? I'll catch you next time.